Hey everybody, it's Heiden, and I'm back with the Lodrik versus Heiden campaign, and we're playing scenario 1 with no mods. This is the 27th of March, 1942, and this is a crappy turn. Just wait and see this. This is bad. Okay guys, here we go. Here's the big one. It's the Lodrik turn. I'm very apprehensive about this. Okay, he grabs a dot base near Luganville. I don't know. I know the invasion's coming. I don't know exactly where. There's some weird stuff going on in the bay. My carrier is at risk. This is a big turn, I think. Let's find out what happens here. Oh, it's not good. You guys seeing that, all that, right? He's surrounding us. We gotta try to get out of here. He's got subs working on us right now. I think we're gonna get ambushed here. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna get out of this one, guys. Okay, Ralph Talbot engages the I-157. I think he's trying to cut us off. I'm glad that we're heading the direction we're heading. Oh, man. I should never have sent those carriers out there. I was just acting on that SIGINT thinking that's where he was going. Now, it may have cost me. We must survive this day. Oh, man, come on. What is this? There it is. There's our invasion. Look at this. This is the invasion. He is going for Ceylon. This is just some ships that I had in port here. Look what he's brought in here. 4 heavy cruisers, a light escort carrier, a bunch of destroyers. This is the invasion of Colombo. This is happening. This is happening. Alright, well, we don't need to watch these guys get shot up. I mean, we know this is how this is gonna go. Alright, there we go. 4 heavy cruisers, a bunch of destroyers, a bunch of APD. This is it. This is the invasion. Oh, wow, he's going in here. Wow, he got me, guys. He spoofed me good. I'm hoping that means our carriers can get out of here. Oh, wow. Those are carriers, guys. Oh, man. This is going to be bad. Okay, we're in China right now. Canton. Coming out of Canton, anyway. Attacking these troops in the road here. A huge raid on these troops right here. Another big raid here. Full strength with these bombers, huh? Now, look at this. This raid is not very effective. We're in good terrain here. Sonya's hitting these guys in the road. This unit here is not very powerful. And it, you know, it didn't figure to last anyway. And another raid on Chungking. What is he doing? Okay, this time we get one by flak. Well, that's not good. These wildebeests are dead. Oh, they get out. Oh, no, they don't get out. So there's Lodrik again using his Peets as cap. Guys, I don't know how this is going to go. If they were going to attack, I would want them to attack this unit first. I'm just hoping that my Wildcats can get it done here. What stinks about this is that these stupid Peets are just cannon fodder, and it makes my Wildcats focus on those instead of the Zeros, which are the bigger threat. Fortunately, we're shredding these Peets okay, and that's a good thing. But the Zeros are what I'm worried about. These are carriers here, guys. I don't know if you can see where my mouse pointer's at. They're going to come after my carriers, and it's going to be ugly. Now, I have long-range cap set up from Colombo to here. I can only hope that they do what they need to do. So far, my fighters are doing excellent. Oh, okay, till the Zeros showed up. Oh, God. Okay, you know what? I can't take it. I gotta find out what happens. Let's go. Okay, 20 Dauntlesses get through, and most of my Wildcats. What? Come on, guys. We must hurt these guys. How are you missing? There we go. We must destroy these invasion convoys. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Right there. At this point, I'm not even worried about the heavy cruisers. I want these ships destroyed because they have troops aboard. I was hoping for better, but 7 SPDs destroyed. And only 3 bomb hits. I was hoping for better than that. Okay, that's your AM phase, guys. We have to survive the PM phase still, and I don't know if we can. Oh my God, so many aircraft are being shot down right now. Look at how many aircraft are being destroyed. That's got to be the bulk of their carriers, right? That's the Keto Butai. We're so done. We're so done. All right, so we got Sally's coming out of, I guess, Balikpop and still attacking these troops, trying to get to the coastline. Well, now we know what he's got there. That is definitely the Keto Butai. Somehow these wildebeests get through. Zuiho. Just the Zuiho, huh? I don't buy that. What? How did his carriers not attack? There's no way. That can't be. Alright, so here's the invasion. He's coming in at Trincomalee. I guess that makes sense. Safer than going around. There's no point in even... We know that this is not gonna... Whoa. Okay, I thought... Wow, I should have watched it longer. We get a lot of shell hits here on the Japanese ships. One destroyer is hit pretty heavily. An AK is hit heavily. We do inflict a little bit of casualties there. Wow, this is the invasion. Let's see what he's got here. That's it. This is everything. This is the invasion, guys. He spoofed us. He spoofed us. He was going for Colombo this whole time. The whole thing. Oh, this unit's dead. That's fine. Unit destroyed. That's quite all right. This whole time, deliberate attack here. I hope he kills this unit too. That'd be nice. Just kill it. No, don't retreat. Don't retreat. I want you to die. Okay. Oh, here we go. We're back up to bombardments up here. Dude, we outnumber him so much. Why am I not attacking here? Jeez. What is this? Oh, I knew this was coming. Here's our shock attack across the river into Catherine. This unit's dead for sure. That's okay, I can just buy it back. There it is. Alright, he did take Catherine. We're expecting that. Pago Pago? Ooh, I don't know this time. I think he may have it. Let's see. Ah, we hold again. Wow. Man, those guys just don't want to die, huh? Good for Pago Pago. Allied bombardment. So far we got... Now. Okay, Savi definitely should go down, right? No. These Samoans are no joke, dude. They refuse to give up. I'm impressed, man. All the Samoan troops out here at Pago Pago and Savi, they definitely proven their worth. It's crazy what's going on right now. He actually went for Ceylon. Got some ships getting refitted here. We got problems. We have huge problems here. Okay. Well, here's our invasion, and it's worse. It's worse than I thought. We'll cover all of this. Let's start with this. Aircraft losses today were not good for us. 21 losses for us versus 13 for him, which is whatever. We lost 13 SBD-3s, which are kind of priceless to me right now. 12 shot down in the air. He lost a bunch of Petes, and again, he's some cheesy ass crap here. Whoop, did I say that out loud? I apologize for my language. Um, these float planes being used as cap are nothing but cannon fodder, and they're just thrown up there to distract my Wildcats from actually engaging as zeros. I think this is cheesy. Some Jakes were lost. Most of these were shot down scouting over Colombo. He lost some Millies. We lost 3 PBYs shot down by his cap, and I'll show you why in a minute. We lost some wildebeests that elected to go out after the carrier task force, which was a huge mistake. And then on top of that, we only lost 1 Zero and 1 Brewster Buffalo, which I think is pretty good, considering. Top pilots, unfortunately, quite a bit of casualties today. 4 KIA outright and 6 wounded. We'll take a look at those wounded pilots right now. See if we can get some of these guys back. What? Oh wow! I just saw this. We get Richard Bong here in August. Look at this guy. Wish I could get him right now. All right, here's the wounded here. Let's see if we can get some of these guys back right now. We're gonna send these all back to the reserve. Wait, never mind. I take that back. They all got return dates, so all of our wounded pilots are coming back on their own without me having to do anything. And these are the wounded pilots in the reserve. I do need to start retiring these guys because they're just clogging up my list and I'm tired of looking at them. I'll get to that on my own time. Yeah, Army lost points this turn. 41 for the Allies, of course. 1 for the Japanese. Ship sunk last turn. Nothing reported. For the turn, the Japanese gained an additional 92 points, bringing their win ratio up to 1.866. It's getting very uncomfortable, and if the invasion of Ceylon goes as well as I think it might for him, we could be really at risk of losing this campaign. And I'll explain why I think that in just a little bit. Okay, combat report. This is actually not something that's on the combat report, but it's something that I want to share anyway because it's kind of a huge failure for me as well. It's not going to show you here. Wow, look at that list. Look at all those ships. My goodness. Anyway, it's not on the combat report, but I saw it on Tracker. I laid a minefield here. It was a big operation for me, and it was a complete bust. We dropped 150 mines here via subs, and all the mines floated away. I thought that mines in Ocean Shallow lasted for a long time, but they don't. They were gone in a few weeks, or a couple weeks actually, in in-game time. And none of his ships hit these mines. So I wasted a lot of time and effort laying mines here. I should have just laid them at a base somewhere. So that was a huge mistake, and I'll never do that again. Never lay mines out on a non-base hex. You're not going to get anything out of it. Nothing else in the combat report stood out to me as being incorrect. I believe that there's no desync here at all. Okay, Sagan's pretty busy here. We have looks like we have another division moving to Suva, which is in Fiji. Let's see here what else. We have the 1st Raiding Regiment located in Changsha. This is a parachute regiment that's over in China, in the central part of China. We know that he's got a AA battalion at Rabaul. This is right here. More nonsense. He is not moving anything to Mole Mine. This is a classic. Well, now I'm finding this out. This is just a SIGINT spoof, and I didn't know that this was actually a thing. But he's not moving anything to Mole Mine. It's all going to, at least I think it's all going to Ceylon. And he spoofed us. Again, 5th Division planning for attack on Colombo. Well, he really is now. Right here. Another unit moving to Suva. This is a Japanese Air Force, like an air support unit. Okay. And the 1st Tank Regiment planning for attack on Colombo. And this is a problem. And again, I'll talk about that later. For ops, very busy. A lot of things to look at, a lot of sightings, and most of them are accurate. We see that we lost a lot of aircraft shot down in by Cap. We also see something that's good for me is that the Chicago right here is available to head is available in damaged state to hit, and we can start sending it back to Sydney. This is one of the heavy cruisers that were damaged at Noumea during the Keto Butai raid over a month ago. We finally got it repaired enough to move it. Some things that aren't so great. Again, I mentioned the cap losses to our aircraft. The destroyer crane, it appears to be sinking. All right, and let me show you the crane. That's out here. I got it out of Pago Pago a few days ago, but it's not doing too well. That flotation damage has gone up substantially over the past couple days. So I am a little concerned that the ship won't make it. So I have ordered it to reduce to cruise speed. Right? And again, we got to try to get to Palmyra where it can fuel up. And from there, we'll try to work on the flotation damage a little bit more and continue on the Pearl. But I don't know if it's going to make it. Some other bad news in the ops report is Luganville is now at a size 3 port. I swore it would never happen. I would just bomb it into oblivion, but Lodrik had better plans and completely negated my ability to do that. So that didn't work out at all. Okay, let's talk about this turn. We'll start in China. The good news is I think we've got him locked down pretty hard up here right now. He's been making no further advances, and he's just bombarding here. But we have enough assault value in the hex that I think we actually maybe want to look at attacking. And the reason that I'm suggesting that is that if you look at this combat report here, let me see if I can find it. There's so much going on here. Where is it? Oh man, look at that. I gotta find it. Sion. Yep. Look at the disparity. We have a 4-to-1 advantage in assault value against him. I'm wondering if it's worthwhile to attempt to attack here. This is what he's got. 1 division, some artillery battalions, and 1 headquarters. I think we may actually be able to do something with this. So I kind of want to attack him and see what we get out of it. Because with the 4-to-1 disparity, and it's only ×2 terrain, so he's not going to get a huge bonus out of that. I think it might be worthwhile to kind of give this an attack and see what we can do with that. I'm not completely dead set on it yet. I'm going to think it over. But I don't know. This might be the time to consider being a little more offensive minded up here. We know that he's got a lot of units here. And again, he's left a single piece of bait for us in this hex, which I'm not going to take that bait again. But I kind of want to attack here, so I'm thinking about it. Over here in the center, another situation. He's moving towards Aicheng, which is fine. Okay. We can block him off of here. This unit seems to have stopped. And this unit seems to have stopped. So I'm going to recon this a little bit more. But I'm kind of wondering if we can counterattack here. We have a lot of troops here. And he only has some tank regiments with no supporting infantry. I feel like we should maybe think about, I don't know, attacking here. At least giving it a shot and seeing what we can get out of it. We do have them outnumbered quite a bit. So A lot of decisions to make here. I don't really know yet. He started attacking down here. I don't really care about any of these units here. They're all marked for death anyway. Let's get these guys there. No destination set. Okay, let's go to Luchao. What the heck? Did you guys see that? So, oh, they're disorganized. That's probably why, right? It's not really letting me do much for these guys. Whatever. I'm wasting time on that. It's not important. This is his big push in China right now. This is his latest death stack. It's got about 6,000 AV in there, and he's heading for here. We're going to have to do our best to hold out here. We're going to get bombed heavily, you can bet. He's going to bomb us with everything he's got. But I feel like we can hold here with... Got some forts coming up. We got some decent units in place here. And we have ×3 terrain and supply. I think we might be able to stop him here. So, looking at Burma, I feel like the whole mole mine thing was a hoax or a spoof. He's not actually coming here. I don't see any proof or evidence that he's actually going into mole mine. However, I think I'm making the right decision, and I'm going to continue the retreat for now. I am going to pull back. I think I do have time, though, at this point to... Yeah, I'm going to pull back. I'm going to rail these guys up to Chiang Mai and cross up here and come back around. That's just kind of how I want to do this one. And I'm going to just give these bases back. If he wants to retake them, he can retake them. And we're just going to tighten our lines through here. I just think it's the better play for now. Because I don't think he's actually going to mole mine. I think all those ships actually went to Trincomalee. And what he did was he set the waypoint here at the last minute. He changed it to Trincomalee so we would not see it coming. Just like Mr. Michael Cook pointed out to me. I didn't know that was a thing until about 2 turns ago. Or else I wouldn't have overreacted in Burma and sent a bunch of cruisers and all kinds of stuff down here to reinforce this. Only to find out that he's not actually going here. It's a game mechanic that I wasn't familiar with, but I just learned it. So now I'm kind of caught out of position. And a lot of troops that I have committed to the Burma offensive would have probably been better used over here in India. Now they're way out of position in Burma, like all my Australian units. And it's really going to make it hard if he wants to continue invading and hitting Madras or come into this part of India. I don't really have a lot of troops here now to deal with that. I got straight out played. Pure and simple. Because I'm new. I'm still new to this. This is my first campaign. I know people like to really talk down to me and tell me how many mistakes I'm making and, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why aren't you building this base? Why aren't you building that base? Well, because I don't know. I'm new. I'm learning. And I like advice, but I also want to learn on my own. So when I have people always like beating me down and tell me I'm doing things wrong, well, no crap. Of course I'm going to do things wrong. I'm doing this so... This is my first campaign. Anyway, hey, I do want to talk about this whole situation, but I want to get the rest of it done first. I'm going to save this for last because there's a lot to discuss. Yeah, nothing's really happening here in the Philippines. I guess he's quit working on that. We do have our troops to the coastline here, so we can start evacuating them with our float planes out of Timor and bringing them into Kupang, which will be nice. Build that up and make this our last bastion. Lodrik seems to be preoccupied for the time being up in the Indian Ocean, so we may have some breathing room down here to get some stuff done. In Australia here, he's definitely pushing further south from Catherine. It looks like he's heading possibly in 2 directions now. Looks like a unit's heading towards Wyndham, and another one's heading for Daly Waters. So I kind of expected he'd continue pushing south, and we'll let him push south. But I am getting these units out of the way in the meantime. Not much happening over here in the Solomons area. I'm slowly building up Milne Bay, working on the airfield and the fortifications. just to make sure we can repel any invaders. I don't think Lodrik is positioned to deal with that right now. He seems to be overextended out here this way and not worried about going this way, which is fine for me. So I've got to say this: these Samoan troops are amazing. The Samoan detachment, they basically took no casualties during that last attack that he hit there. So he's gonna have to bring more troops to Savi if he wants to take it. We got lots of supply, no forts, but we got jungle rough terrain, which is a 3-to-1 advantage for us. So it may take him quite a while to take out Savi. Pago Pago, on the other hand, is hanging on by a thread. These poor troops are down to the last of it. Disruption's very, very high. Morale is still good though, but the disruption is high, and he's got 4-to-1 advantage on numbers on us here. Pago Pago is jungle, which is ×2 terrain, but we can't lie with these numbers here. I don't think we can hold out much longer, and we can't seem to get the forts built back because we have a lot of damage to the base here that has to be repaired first. So my engineers, what few that I have, are working on this stuff and not on this. So we don't have the advantage of fortifications right now. Pago Pago's got 1 to 2 turns left. That's my opinion on that. One thing that is a bit of a blessing in disguise is the fact that Lodrik seems to have pulled a lot of his forces up towards the Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean, Ceylon area. We have not seen carriers down here for a while, so I am taking advantage of this break. I set up some picket ships down here, if you may see, and they're all 10 hexes apart, so that a Jake float plane, which has a range of 10, will get picked up by these guys wherever, if they're anywhere, basically anywhere within a 10 hex radius of any of these ships, we will detect Japanese ships coming. So if I do elect to move convoys along the bottom edge of the map, I do have a little bit of a warning to disperse them, spread them out, scatter them to the wind if he's going to make another attack down here with either carriers or cruiser raiding forces. So we also have PBYs over here at Rarotonga. They were on Pago, but I pulled them out. So I'm slowly establishing an early warning system to try to get stuff flowing to New Zealand and possibly back into New Caledonia soon, because this is going to be my main base of operations in this whole region once we're ready, because Noumea is obviously doing just fine. We've got plenty of troops here, plenty of tanks, working on a size 4 fort, working on a size 8 airfield. The Pacific Fleet is here, so we have ship repair capability. You name it, we got it. So I'd want to make this place the place where we're going to launch counterattacks from in the South Pacific whenever that is time. But I got to get more stuff here, and I have to make sure that the convoy lanes on the south end of the map are cleared out, which they seem to be doing just fine at the time, for now. Anyway, let's talk about this. So we got spoofed, and he landed here, and let's take a look at some of the stuff that he landed with. First, he hit a bunch of ships in port, which most of them got out, but look at this. Lots of destroyers, 4 heavy cruisers, 1 light carrier as escort for this. And look at the size of this. Look at it all. And these are our ships that managed to get out of town in time. But let's see if we can get a look at some of the landing ships here. Right here. So these guys are supporting and landing troops. Our shore defense has actually got quite a bit of hits on these ships, which is all good. I don't think any of this damage is necessarily going to sink them, but it's cumulative and it's chipping away at these guys. 1 destroyer is on fire. One of their ships is on fire here. And then this gives you an idea of what he's landing here, right? A regiment, 1 regiment, a naval guard, another regiment, Imperial Guards Division, Special Base Forces, Army Headquarters. That's just in this wave here. Let me see if I can. I don't recall if he landed anything else here. He may not have. I'm wondering. Yeah, okay. That's what he's got on the. That's what he's got in the hex right now. He's got 800 AV of troops landed so far. And this is kind of a snapshot of what that is. There's going to be additional landings going on over the following days, but I need to make a decision if it's worthwhile sacrificing some ships to disrupt this landing force. Because if we can get in here and stop more landings potentially, you know, we could cut off a lot of troops from getting into shore. But that would require me using my ships here like these guys. I don't even know if they can get to Trincomalee. I guess if... I don't know. I guess if they moved at full speed... No, they wouldn't even get there. So I'd have to leave the battleships behind. Right? These guys are going to slow us down. And we'd have to send nothing but cruisers and light cruisers and destroyers. And I don't know if that's going to be enough to stop the landings. I'd have to sacrifice all these heavy cruisers and we'd just be trading with him. I don't know. I have to make some serious decisions here on what I want to risk to stop these landings. And, okay, so we know what he's got here. This is the other really devious part of his plan here. He's got this task force here, but look at this. He left all his bombers home. That's why my carriers are still alive. I thought we were dead. I thought these carriers were finished, right? But they're not, because he brought no bombers in this task force. They're all fighters. He's got about 200 fighters between these two task forces, which is going to make it incredibly difficult for us to counterattack with aircraft. You saw what happened. We lost so many aircraft. I don't have enough fighters to escort into here. Right? I have as many fighters as he has, but I don't know how many I want to waste to strike here. He's got, and all these guys are going to be probably in this hex or somewhere near it, flying long range cap. I don't think we can overwhelm what he's got here. I just don't see it. So he brought a lot of fighters and didn't bring the bombers. So what does that mean? Is this all he's going to commit to this, or does he have the bombers loaded on another carrier task force that's on the way in here right now that's going to support it? And with that amount of fighters, there's no way we can counterattack without taking huge losses. So I'm really in a pickle here, guys. The other concern that I have is that I still have carriers in dry dock here because I stupidly put these guys in for an upgrade, thinking that he wasn't even going to dream of coming to Ceylon, right? So I can't move these carriers for 10 days. I have to hold Colombo for 10 days. I must, to get the carriers out and to evacuate them. We're going to lose Ceylon all said and done. He's committed everything he's got. This is his big attack. This is him going all in with his chips in a poker game. I don't have enough troops on Ceylon to defend against this. No way. So what I need to do is start putting up some blocking units in every hex I possibly can to slow down the advance of his troops from Trincomalee into Colombo. I need 10 days to get my carriers out of here. And we're going to retreat and get the heck out of Dodge. Okay? These carriers, they're not sticking around. I'm probably going to drop the aircraft off at Colombo to help defend and move the actual carriers up to Bombay or somewhere else, because I don't want to risk them lose. I cannot lose these guys right now. It's too critical. So this is my problem. I must hold Ceylon and I must stop the Japanese advance for 10 days to have a fighting chance to get the Lexington and Saratoga out of here. And then from there, I don't know what to do. This is just really bad. Me putting the two carriers into pierside repair for the upgrade at this time was the biggest tactical strategic blunder, the single biggest blunder I think I've made in this entire campaign, because I lack the mobility to intercept these guys at sea. I have ships locked up that I can't move, and now I have troops landed here on Ceylon and I can't evacuate the ships. This is really, really bad. I really screwed up. And I think that I could potentially lose the campaign at this rate. And let me explain why. There's a lot of points here right now. See? There's 400 point swing right there. There's a 600 point swing right there. There's, if these carriers somehow get destroyed in dry dock somehow before I can really get them out, there's 400 points per ship right here. Plus all these ships that are probably going to die. Plus all the troops on Ceylon that I can't get out. You see what I'm saying? We're in huge trouble here. I have so much wrapped up into this and I can't get anything out. I don't even know what that kind of point swing would do for us. Like, we're gonna lose several thousand a couple thousand points here. He's gonna gain a couple thousand. I don't even. He's almost at a 2-to-1 ratio right now. You know. I don't know. I really didn't. Me moving my carriers to this region was supposed to help me defend against this exact thing that's happening right now, and it's not. I lost the Enterprise. I lost all the aircraft on the Enterprise. I have 2 carriers that are bogged down. I have carrier air wings that are severely depleted because I don't have enough aircraft right now to replace them all. Right? Like VF3 here, we're way short of aircraft because we don't get enough replacements to fill them up. I don't know. This is really bad. I think him going towards Ceylon is actually worse than him taking Rangoon. This at least is kind of something that you expect. This is a little more bold, and I have a lot of ships and aircraft and troops wrapped up into this that I can't. There's nowhere for them to go. At least in Rangoon, if we get attacked and beaten, we can retreat up into India or up into Burma deeper and rebuild. There's nowhere to go here. So yeah, that's my situation, and it's not good at all. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them because I'm really in trouble. That's all I got. That's all I really got to say about this. I'm in trouble. I will end this video on some good news though, and this is good news for me, although it's not that big a deal. Check this out. The Hermes made it. The Hermes somehow survived this treacherous, crazy situation up here the last few weeks, and is not going to sink. I have it at Diego Garcia. It's in readiness mode, and I'm just going to slowly have it work down this damage here as much as possible. And then I will again attempt to send it to Cape Town and have it repaired there. There's no way we're going to be able to use the shipyard at Ceylon, so Cape Town it is. So that's the only really good thing that happened to me this turn, was that. Anyway, yeah, that's my poop sandwich. Hope you enjoyed taking a bite with me. Let me hear your thoughts about Lodrik's plan and what you think I should do here, given what you know about my ships being locked down, the amount of fighters that he's bringing. It's bad, guys.